Barrio Lifestyle Entertainment. Barrio Lifestyle Entertainment.
Yeah, Uno shot kill in the building. J.O. felony, put it down like this here. Lazy.
What's up, everybody? It's Big Jeff 187, Corporate Policy Mafia, coming out the streets of Foothill Macy, San Bernardino, baby, murder block gang. That's how we do it.
Can't stop, won't stop. Nigga, this that crib hop. Roll until I hit the top. Find a bitch to break my crop. Hit a switch and just go hop. If it's the club, then she gon' flop. From club to club and dick to dick. Trick bitch, push the shit. Hit licks and big chips and get rich, retire quick. Spit shit for convicts and these holders full of nonsense. Fucking bitch with conscience and kill shit regardless. The real shit is hard.
Big Jeff 187, baby. I'm over here at VLS Entertainment. Getting this interview in out here in sunny Phoenix, Arizona. Drinking my favorite drink. That's right, baby. That's how I do it. Let me tell you, I started out here in this rap game. Me and Baby Blue. I grew up with him. You know, I hooked up with him. You know, through a page my wife made me. Before I even did any music. She made the page for me and everything, and I ran into him. I started hearing this music. I'm like, this guy's hard. And then come to find out, I already knew who he was, and I knew him. I grew up with him. I just couldn't tell by his picture or his name he had on his profile. So then he told me to come to San Bernardino. You know, I recorded a song, "You Can't Write to My Hood," and that was the first song I did. And I was just gonna put that song to put my neighborhood on the map, Foothill Macy Street, you know, murder block gang, you know. And after that, I started getting a lot of response, like, "Oh, the CD's gonna be hard. When's the CD gonna come out?" So then he was like, "Oh shit, now we gotta work on a CD for you, Big Jeff." So he started producing more beats for me, and then we made another song, "Life in the IE," and then IE Bounce. And then after that, it just took off from there, and that's when I came out with that Chosen One CD. You know, you can find that one at any Zia record stores. It's out there in San Bernardino, all over the place. And basically, that's how I got started right there.
But how did CP Mafia started, man?
Oh,
how did that? Yeah, how did that all start?
It started with me, Baby Blue, and Big Baller. We're all in the studio, and Lil Daydreamer. He used to be with Teenager Records. And we all were just, you know, making music, and we're like, we gotta think of a name for our group and shit. So it was like Corporate Policy Mafia. So they were like, oh.
How did that came? Like, how did that came? Oh, let's choose. Let's get Corporate Policy.
Big Baller came out with the name Corporate Policy, and then I was like, you know what, that sounds good. I like that. Everybody else agreed to it. We all voted, so we kept that. And then, you know, we were doing stuff back then, and then one of my homies got locked up, and a couple people went their own ways. So then I came out here. You know, I'm out here. Then I just kept Corporate Policy going, but I just changed it to Corporate Policy Mafia. That's when I bring Bandit in, you know, and then Tony G and Armageddon Myers, Mr. Mando. Then I got Sacktown up in Sacramento. T-Real, he's up in Australia right now. You know, got a pretty nice squad right now. We're working on a lot of little different projects, trying to get this thing popping in this rap game.
Got you. The CP Mafia started here at Phoenix, or started in San Bernardino?
CP Mafia started here. I just changed the name a little bit. I just added the Mafia at the end of Corporate Policy. But it all started in San Bernardino, Corporate Policy.
Got you. What made you move here to Phoenix?
What made me move here is like I used to get in a lot of trouble out there in San Bernardino. You know, everybody knows who I am, what I used to do. I used to sell water out there, and you know, once the police know you, they ride around, they see you going one way, they'll look and make a U-turn, and they'll follow you. Once they know you, then you're basically done. You can't do nothing. You can't go nowhere. It's like, even if I was in Colton, Fontana, Rialto, different neighborhoods, I was still known. I was like, I couldn't get away from them. So, you know, I'm like, got tired of getting locked up. So I was like, let me come out here, you know, give me a job, you know, find me a wife, give me some kids. You know, I had 2 daughters out there, but I wanted to, you know, have a whole family, you know, do the family thing.
Got you. And what projects have you been on? Can you tell us some of the projects you've been on? Oh
yeah, I've been on 909 Ways to Die CD that was produced by a bunch of different artists in San Bernardino. I also made that one, and they invited me to jump on that. I put that song in there, "You Can't Write to My Hood." And after some artists heard that one, like my homie Cam Capone at Rialto heard that, and he got me in his CD. We did a song called "Bounce." And then I also hit me up again to jump on 909 Way to Survive CD, so I did that one with him. then my CD came out, The Chosen One. And then, you know, a few years later, I jumped on, I did my own CD, The Ghetto Life, Ghetto Star. That one just came out last year. That one's up at Zia Records in the streets of San Bernardino.
Got you. So how many projects is it on total?
Probably like 5 or 6 projects I did already.
5 or 6. All right. You're working on something now, ain't you?
Yeah, I'm working on a new CD. It's called Straight Out the City of San Bernardino. You know, a lot of different, mostly me and Bandits on there, and I'm going to try to get a couple of artists from San Bernardino. I got my Corporate Policy Mafia team on there, and that one should be out like March 29th. They usually release my CDs on either my mom's birthday or my dad's birthday, April 29th or March 29th.
Got you.
So be looking for that one. It'll be out there, you know, in the streets of San Bernardino.
Hey, you just came out with a new music video. What is it called again? What is it, like a month ago, 2 months ago that you came out with it?
Yeah, that's a track with Tony G.
Yeah.
And Doe, yeah. It was me and Tony G and Bandits on that track, but Bandit couldn't make it that day, so me and Tony G, he came out here and we filmed it and shot it, and it came out pretty dope still.
Yeah. So what's going on with you and Bandit? I mean, it's Young Bandit is branching out
Yeah,
right
Bandit,
now.
you know, he's branching out. He's been with me for a minute, and he wants to just do his own thing, you know, start his own label, but he's still with Corporate Policy Mafia. We're still family. Bandit's like my son, you know. Everybody knows that, you know, so it's like everybody's in a group, everybody always wants to do their own thing. And not just our group, everywhere. You know, it's always the artists. That's just what they do. Artists try to expand. It's just still the same thing. You just got to still stay together and still be like a family.
Got it. Young Bandit, he's from the same neighborhood out there with you.
Oh yeah,
he?
Bandit, yeah, he's from Foothill and Macy, you know, 12 years ago when I met him out here, you know, he was hanging around me a lot, and, you know, I put him in.
Got it.
Foothill and Macy Street Murder Block Gang. Yeah, so yeah, we're from the same neighborhood.
What's coming next after you dropping this album? You got anything coming up? Any shows or anything like that coming up?
Basically, I just wait for people to hit us up to, you know, put us on some shows. We'll ride out to Cali or wherever we got to go to get on some shows. So we never know what we're going to get into this new year, but hopefully we get into some new stuff popping out.
Who have you worked with? Because the people don't know.
I worked with a lot of different artists. Like when I first came out here, you know, I didn't have no studio, so Lazy Weddle, you know, from the Avenue Gangsters, he hooked me up. He recorded mostly everything that's on that Ghetto Star CD. He mostly recorded everything for me. And my homie Bamboo Local produced a lot of beats for me. He's out from Long Beach. And big ups to Bamboo Local. Him and his wife out there. He's like my brother too. He's like family, you know. Rest in peace to his son, little Isaac.
Who else have you worked with out there in California?
Well, I work with a lot of different artists. Gangster Rick, let me see. There's a lot of them I probably can't even name them all I work with, but Young Jigs, mostly a lot of people from San Bernardino, but you know, I did a few things with some guys from LA, you know, Psych Dog and Huntington Park he's from, and just like whoever wants to jump on or do music with me, I'll just do music with them.
Got you. And then you did a couple shows out there with Capone. How's your relationship out there with some of those kind of stars?
He invited me to do a show with them out in Casa Grande, so I went out there, me and Tony G, you know, put it down, you know. I just, you know, do what I gotta do.
Yeah. You also have recorded with OG Rome, right?
Yeah, OG Rome's like family too, you know. OG Rome came out and supported me in Born and Raised in Cali video. You know, he came through, you know, he just came through to show some love, and after that we just stayed connected, and it's just been love ever since. You know, he shows me love, I show him love. That's just, you know, OG Rome, he's a busy man, him and his squad, the Road Dogs, they moving fast too, you know. That's what we gotta be doing.
Who do you want to work with?
It don't make no difference or whatever artist that, you know, I don't really got no favorite artist. Whoever wants to come around that, if I like their style. I spit mostly that street, you know, lyrics, you know what I'm saying? You know, That's me. So if I hear a rapper that sounds kind of like me, you know, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll put him on. You know, I like his style. He's kind of like me, so I know we can blend in together. But you know, I've been trying to work on some other different stuff like trap music. You know, Young Bandit put me on some trap music. You know, beats and shit like that. You know, taught me how to flow to some of that stuff. So you know, starting to do a little bit of everything.
Got you. How do you consider your music to be? What do you may call your music in that?
Probably gangster music.
Gangster music.
Yeah, I make, you know, music for the neighborhoods. For whatever, you know, everything I say in my music I done did, you know. On the block, I did a video here at this park, you know, on the block, and in one of my verses I'm talking about, you know, shoot some fool in Arkansas, and I was locked up, and people were leaving me comments like, oh, you shouldn't be saying all that stuff in your videos, the police are going to be looking for you. I was already locked up for that, what I did. So whatever I tell you I did in my video or my songs or whatever, it's something I really did. You know, I'm not just saying I did this and I did that when I never did it. You know, anybody could vouch for me, they know who I am, they know what I'm all about.
So how do you feel about all this studio bangers out there, man?
All these studio bangers, I don't pay no attention to them. You know, that's all it is. All these keyboard gangsters that anybody can get on, you know, internet, and you know, once you get on that keyboard, you can say whatever the hell you want. But it's a different story when you got a show and then you walk out and you see a parking lot of motherfuckers waiting for you. Then you're like, oh fuck. Then you realize you fucked up. But some people got to learn that way.
Got you. How do you feel about what happened with Blackie Fontana? I know, you know what happened with Blackie, but how do you feel about that?
That was kind of fucked up. You know, he was out there pushing his music and had his tour bus, and he, you know, it was like he was pushing some weight. I just feel bad for the guy. You know, rest in paradise. You know, he's from the IE, so that's all I gotta say about that. I really can't get into the whole story and everything, you know, but rest in paradise to him.
Got you. Hey, you want to tell us about what you got there on your shirt?
Oh, that's my little nephew right here. He passed away last year on this day right here. He had complications through a medical surgery. He got an infection, ended up passing away. He was a young cat, you know, little Victor. We love you, mijo. We still mourning you. We always will. I dropped a track called Lil Victor. It's on YouTube, you know. Dropped it at the Corporate Policy Mafia studio. Bandit helped me out with some of the lyrics and put it together. Big ups to Bandit. He went out there with me to the funeral. You know, I didn't want to drive by myself. He went out there with me. He always rides around with me, watches my back. You know, everybody sees that. They know what's up.
All right. Well, is there anything you want to say to your fans out there, people that bump your music?
Just want to tell everybody thank you for bumping that Big Jeff 187, Corporate Policy Mafia, whatever projects I did or whoever I do them with. Thanks for showing me all the love and support. I appreciate you guys 100.
Any shout outs?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the whole Corporate Policy Mafia team, West Trap and Get a Life Entertainment. I want to give a shout out to my wife, my kids, my mom, and my brothers and sisters out there in Cali. And shout out to all the other artists out there pushing that stuff. Keep pushing your stuff until yourself is heard.
Yeah.
That shit on the radio.
Who do you want to work with besides who you're working with now? Who do you really want to work with? Come on, give us a name, man.
I like probably like YG. I like the older artists like, you know, Warren G, you know, Dub C, and you know, some of those like Q. Those are like the artists I listen to.
That's who you listen to, and who you want to work with?
Yeah, you know, I don't mind working with them. I probably can work with them through cocaine. You know, I do a lot of stuff with cocaine, and he introduced me to a lot of people, and you know, cocaine is like, he's a solid dude.
Got it.
Me and him like family. Every time he comes out to Phoenix, you know, he calls me up. He'll tell me I'm gonna perform at this show. You know, pull up. I appreciate it if you do, and I will. I'll pull up.
Got you. All right, man. Well, thanks for giving us this interview. We appreciate it.
Big Jeff 187, baby. We out.
Niggas own their car, then drive no weeds. Nike Cortez, white tees and Croker sacks. Pacific Mob, bring the West.
Barrio Lifestyle Entertainment. Barrio Lifestyle Entertainment.